Hey everybody, welcome back to Royal Tarot Readings. This is my fun channel that I do for tarot readings on the royal family. All information presented in this video is for fun and entertainment purposes only. It's fun. It's tarot. I'm just a gal with cards. Alright, so today we are going to continue with our mirror readings, and today it's going to be the Princess Royal, Princess Anne. Let's see how Princess Anne sees herself in our tarot magic mirror. Alright, so today I'm going to use the AE Weight Holographic Tarot deck. Beautiful deck. This is the one that has the iridescence of the cards. Such a pretty rainbow spectrum that you can see so well on camera. Alright, so let's see what we have for Princess Anne. Alright, you know what time it is. It is time for our shuffle alert. If you don't like my shuffling, please feel free to skip ahead. You will not hurt my feelings. I just want you to enjoy the video. Alright, so for Princess Anne, if Princess Anne were to look in our tarot magic mirror, how would she see herself? What does she see when she looks in the magic mirror? Ooh, 5 of Wands in reverse. Being overwhelmed by fighting. Okay, so how does she see herself? And where does she think that she started? Like when she looks at how her journey began, what does she see on how she started? What's the most important thing for her on when she started her journey? And her journey along the way and how she got here. How does she look at that in her mind? How does she view the journey along the way on how she got to where she is now? All right, and in her mind, what's her purpose in life? Either overall or how she feels right now. What's her purpose in life right now in her mind? And what's her goal? Not in the past, but right now. What's her goal that she has set for herself for right now? In her mind, what's her goal? And in the eyes of the universe, what's the lowest point that she ever reached or will ever reach in her life? What's the lowest point that she reached or will ever reach in her life? And finally, in the eyes of the universe, what is the highest point that she'll ever reach in her life? What is the highest point that she'll ever reach in her life? Is that the 5 of Swords that popped out? What is all this about fighting for her? All right, so what is the highest point that she'll ever reach in her life in the eyes of the universe? That she ever reached or will ever reach? All right, we'll do one more. Five of Cups in reverse. It's about regret and disappointment. Here, we'll do one more. Whoops. You know, all we have seen are fighting cards and disappointment. All right, we're going to go with this one. Let's see what the heck's going on with Anne right now. All right, so how does she see herself? How did her journey begin in her mind? And then in her mind along the way, what does she think about her journey that she took along the way to get where she is right now? And then what's her purpose in her mind? What's her goal? In the eyes of the universe, what's the lowest point that she'll ever reach or will have ever reached in her life? And in the eyes of the universe, what's the highest point? Our underlying energy, Judgment in reverse. No second chances. Knight of Wands. 2 of Cups in reverse. Okay. So I did this reading earlier privately, and I also got the 2 of Cups in reverse. Interesting. All right, so Judgment is about you've had a judgment and there are no second chances. No second chances at all. Knight of Wands is you're on a journey. Knights are about action. So you're on a journey and your news is coming out. You're on a journey and you discovered some interesting news. And then the 2 of Cups in reverse is upright. It's about a very loving relationship. And in reverse, it's about a split up. The end of a relationship. It can be a love relationship, it usually is, but it can also be a personal relationship you had with someone where you had very loving feelings towards them. You know, doesn't have to be romantic love. All right, so if Anne were to look in our magic mirror, what does she see? The Page of Pentacles. Well, this can be about a child. Page of Pentacles this can be Archie. This also can be, it's not George. Okay, this can be Archie. But she also can see someone who sells you an idea, sells you a con job, someone who says, hey, look at my shiny object, see what I see what I have here, wouldn't you like this? Like a snake oil salesman. So that's the Page of Pentacles. She sees a snake oil salesman? No second chances. What in the world? Now, the Page of Pentacles can also be someone who brings you news as well. So the bringer of news, she looks at herself as she feels that her life is a facade where she is always talking people into things that she doesn't feel, or that she's always bringing them news. But then we have the no second chances. You know what? I'm starting to think that this is something to do with one of the children. She looks in the mirror and she's seeing right now, not necessarily herself, but something that she has to do. And there are no second chances for this person. And this is another news card. She's got some news for someone. Someone that the relationship has ended. They get no second chances. And bringing you news about money. Oh, how interesting. All right, let's see how the rest of this goes. All right. How does she feel about her journey along the way? Or how she started? How does she feel in her mind about where she started? The Magician in reverse. I got this same card on my other reading in the exact same spot. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the Magician upright is you have all the tools you need to complete your task. The Magician is about manifestation. It's also about tricks. That in order to complete your goal, you have, and you will do what it takes, whether it's by tricks or whether it's by the force of your will. And in reverse, it's about now you're completing that task, but you're having to do it with some secret, maybe a dirty trick or two along the way. So how she started and there was some secret there. There's some secret from where she started in her past. And she's helping to keep it through the force of her will, and even by dirty tricks, she's keeping this secret under wraps. And there's no second chances for the person that has the secret that she's hiding. And it's led to the loss of the relationship with that person. But she's found out some new information. This is so confusing. What did she think about how she got started? There's some secret that she's hiding for someone. Something that she learned very early on. Oh my. Okay. What does she think about her journey along the way? What was the journey? How does she feel in her mind about the journey that got her here? Death in reverse. This could be the death of her mother. So this is Death upright. Is about change, transformation, endings. And in reverse, it can be literal death. So her journey along the way, she got to where she is now through someone's death, through the ending of something. I think this was the death of her mother. She feels that she is in the position that she's in now because her mother passed and she's now taken on a role. She's taken on a role. She's the one who's going to be handing out the judgment with no second chances. Okay, this is split up. Okay, this may be Harry and Meghan because I keep seeing that they're splitting up here in June, and she has some news for them. Oh my. How'd she get where she is now? She's taken on the role, the task, the responsibility that was not taken care of while her mother was still alive. Her mother has passed, and now it's up to her. She's the one who's doing it. She's the one who's having to take care of this issue. That's why she feels like she has a con job. This may be Archie. This may be she has got some news about Archie that's coming up. Oh my. Ooh, okay. What does she feel her purpose is right now? I got the same card on the other. I may just post the other reading. This is about truth. Her purpose right now is to expose the truth, reveal the truth. She's all about truth. Oh my goodness, I'm getting goosebumps. She's all about truth. And she is the one who's going to be revealing the truth about the person who has no second chance. And it has to do with the split up and a relationship that is splitting up. And she has news for them. She has truth for them, whether they want to hear it or not. Wow. Okay. And what is her goal? What's her goal right now in her mind? The Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is about transition, can be about travel, going overseas, escape. So her goal right now is to there's a transition coming up. And for the transition for the person it involves, there's no second chance for them. Their transition will be permanent, and it's someone overseas. Transition will be permanent. It has to do because the couple has split up, and she has some very interesting, fast news for them. And she's going to be her goal is to help with this transition. She is the one facilitating the transition for the person who has no second chances. She's the facilitator of it. She's going to reveal the truth, and then she's the facilitator of the transition, the change that's going to happen. Oh my. All right. In the eyes of the universe, what's the lowest point that she'll ever reach in her life? Burden. 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is a burden. She had to carry a heavy burden. The lowest point she ever had was when she had to take on so much. This that she's dealing with right now is the low point for her. She is having to deal with the person who is not getting a second chance, the person whose relationship is split up. She's the one who's going to be revealing the news about them. It's a burden, but she's taking it on. For her, that's the low point. How did we get here? How did the monarchy get here? That's the low point. Not necessarily for her, but for the monarchy. But she feels like being a part of the monarchy, it's a low point for the monarchy. And center to this whole thing is Archie. Or this con job that has been released amongst the public. That's what the center of this is all about. And in the eyes of the universe, what's the highest point she'll ever reach in her life? The Queen of Swords. Oh gosh, this is her mother. This is Elizabeth. I'm getting goosebumps. The highest point she ever reached was supporting her mother, being the sword for her mother, being the protector of her mother. This is Elizabeth. She's shown up in several of my readings now. I'm getting goosebumps. And it's the queen who determined that this person had no second chance. She's simply carrying on her mother's wishes. Whatever she's doing here wasn't anything that really they've decided that had to be done. This is what Queen Elizabeth left instructions for her. Swords are words. She left instructions. If this comes to pass, this is what you do. Person has no second chances. It has to be once they split up. And then you are going to be the one who issues the information, the news about it. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. I'm actually lightheaded on this reading. Wow. All right, let's do a wrap up. For Princess Anne, what does she see when she looks in the mirror? Which is how I worded my question. She sees that there is a con job out there. There was a story that was perpetuated on the public, and it had to do with Archie, allegedly, entertainment purposes only. And the person who facilitated this con job has no second chance. They've realized what's been going on, and there's no second chance now for that person. And this judgment is only being issued upon the split up of the couple. And once that happens, Anne is going to be releasing all of the news that's out there. News that she has gone out and she has explored and found. She has verified the news, and that's what she's going to be doing. She sees that when she looks in the mirror, she sees this is the job, the task that I have to do. She doesn't see herself. She sees everything in eyes of duty. This is the duty I need to perform. And how did she, when she started, how did she view how she started? There's a secret out there that she knew about and she's been holding on to. And the revelation of this secret is something that she hasn't been willing to reveal in the past, but that's changing. And the magician is giving her everything that she needs to let this secret out now. And her journey along the way, how did she get where she is? It was the death of her mother that gave her this task, this purpose, this obligation on what she needs to do. Her mother left instructions, upon my death, this will happen when this condition comes up. And then what's her purpose? Her purpose is to tell the truth. She's going to now be revealing the truth, and the people she was revealing the truth about have no second chances. It's upon their split up, and she's the one who's going to be giving them the news. And then what's her goal? Her goal is to make sure that the transition that needs to happen happens, and it will happen under her guidance. And what's the lowest point in the eyes of the universe for Princess Anne? That she had to carry this terrible burden. She's had to carry it, and it's been excruciating for her because she is all about truth, and carrying the burden of this lie has been horrible for her. And what's the highest point that she'll ever reach in the eyes of the universe? It was the support of her mother, carrying on her mother's wishes. She's going to be doing what her mother asked her to do, and that's a high point. That's the achievement of her life, is carrying on her mother's wishes. Even though it's something she probably didn't want to do, but she's going to do it because her mother asked her to do it. She gave her that task, that obligation. And Anne is all about obligation. Oh, I got goosebumps. Wow. All right, there's your reading. My goodness, I hope you enjoyed that. And if you did, please like and share. And if you're a subscriber, why, thank you so much. I appreciate all my subscribers. My goodness, I hope you guys are enjoying these readings. I do have a couple more mirror readings I'll be doing, and then I'll be going back to regular readings. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. And if you're not a subscriber, you need to subscribe. You don't want to miss any readings like this. And to make sure you don't miss them, click on that notification bell so you don't miss another reading. Thanks so much, everybody. I hope you're having a great day today. We'll see you again soon on Royal Tarot Readings. Bye-bye, everybody.